Hello and welcome to another episode of the Anime Lounge Short Flights. I'm your host Lance, here to talk about Undead Unluck episode 9. And if you guys have followed me up till this point, you'll know that I read the manga and I watch the anime so I can compare them side by side. And today's episode is going to cover the end of chapter 17 and the beginning of chapter 19. Now, this episode was so much fun. I am still absolutely in love with Andy's alter ego, Victor, dark-haired guy who's lived in the past. He has full mastery over his splitting of the body parts. He can shoot a finger and create a whole other body. And that whole other body has the same exact mind process, and he can still do the same thing. And he has the ability to just multiply himself so fast, and he's so reactionary on everything. He is just such an OP character. Victor, I am absolutely in love with him. I cannot wait to see more. And it's almost saddening that he's gone for now. I highly, highly doubt we're going to see him again before this season comes to an end. But in the moment, I fell in love with it. This dude is just so awesome. So, every single battle sequence he alone was taking on the entire Union and had them on the edge of the seat. Even with Jules, the girl with the helmet, and she had the fire sword. The fire sword was what was it? An artifact? No, it was Uma Burn or Unburn. No, Unburn is a person, so it would be Uma Burn. So because the sword is of a fire ability because of Uma Burn. Umas are the consequence of missions going unchecked or unfinished. So that's where Umas come from. And then the un ability is a person to go with that Uma. So we have Uma Burn, which is the unfortunate ability of starting fires, and then there's Unburn, which is a person who can't be burned. So there's always like a yin to a yang. So there's someone who can't be affected by that penalty. So that's why it was so important that the book Apocalypse had all these missions before a new penalty could be introduced into the world. And there's so many. And I'll give you guys a spoiler if you keep listening till the end. So, in the heat of the battle, Victor eventually gets hit with unlockability. And that's because we get to learn that the fast guy, his name is Top. He's some 15-year-old kid. He's he's just this funny little guy that has to be moving at all times. I can't wait to find out to see if he has to be running in order for his ability to be moving. I mean, we don't get his ability to be named at all, but I guess we'll see eventually. But Top ends up bringing Fuko closer to Victor so that she can end up talking to him to bring Andy back out. And she's having a hard time. But Shen somehow slipped in a gun into Fuko's back pocket. And because of that, she was able to blast Victor in the head right where the scar is. I think that scar might have been a little bit of a important part of this because the scar is the separation factor between Victor and Andy. So she shot where the scar. Okay, to add on to that, that's also where Spoil shot that evaporation beam, blew away half his face, including that scar location, and that's where Victor was born from. And maybe that's why we didn't see Victor earlier in the season, like episode 1 or 2, maybe I think it was like episode 2, where he took the card out, went psycho for a minute, put the card back in, and we didn't see Victor at that point. I think we saw Victor at this point because the scar got blasted away, and he regenerated as Victor. So I think that's really the whole separation point. They didn't explain that, but that's what I'm thinking at the moment. So stay with me there. So Fuko ends up shooting Victor in the head, talking to Andy very specifically, trying to get him back. He comes back. He's like, keep going, gives her a kiss. And then, in addition to the boobs touching the body, her hands touching the body, and the lip to lip contact with the kiss, a big version of Unlock is going to come out. And that's just what happened. I don't know exactly what it was, but it looked like a meteor shower. So we got some giant freaking comet that came down earlier in the series, and now it looks like there's some kind of meteor shower happening on Earth itself, which is very strange, kind of funny. It was colorful, so I don't know if it was a meteor shower, but anyway, everything blew up. It was pretty interesting, and that's what took Victor out. He made a comment. This is it's been a long time since I've been taken off by humans, and here they are making giving themselves a W over Victor. So that was pretty cool. So Victor's down for the count. It sounds like Andy's back. He's at the bottom of a crater. Fuko goes and gives him like CPR real quick. And just before water crushes in on him, she shoves the card back into his forehead, allowing Victor to be sealed away again just before she blacks out and enters the Union again with full memory, like not full memory, but she's awake again, and now she's you know it's so it's so interesting because there was that time skip. I think they said, I don't remember if this was the anime or the manga, but they said like a full day went by or something like that. But she was just sit there unconscious the entire time, and Andy read 101 volumes of some manga, so that was kind of funny. But that's just to give more perks to manga readers. They didn't go back and like really explain exactly what happened. You kind of just assume Fuko went in there, saved Andy. Everyone else came and saved the both of them together, brought them back to the Union, and everything's hunky go lucky, whatever. So you just kind of have to roll with that. So now everything is back to normal. The mission is complete. It's a success. Remember, the whole idea was to take care of Spoil. He got taken care of. It just so happened that Victor came out and messed everything up. Now, we end the episode with Apocalypse. And I read ahead because I was having so much fun reading and I just needed to know what happened next. So, since you guys have stuck with me this long, I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler on the next episode. So, what's going to happen is Apocalypse is going to go over every single mission again. There was like 6 or 7 of them, and he's going to say that this one was a success, this one was a success. You guys have claimed an 11th seat in the Union. Awesome. You guys have learned the location of other stuff because, just whatever. They completed missions and they got the rewards, but they came short on one mission. And because they failed at least one mission, they get the penalty. And the penalty was Galaxy, Uma Galaxy. So now Galaxy is introduced to the world. Now we have to understand that this world didn't have anything prior to what we previously know it as. So this was just a planet in itself. And now Galaxy is getting introduced. So now not only are they just a planet, but they're a planet within a galaxy. And within the galaxy, there's other planets. It's funny because they go into it. I hope the manga went into it a little bit. So I really hope, like, it's common knowledge to us and it's really funny. It's fun connecting these dots. Anyway, Galaxy gets introduced. Not only does Galaxy get introduced, but now aliens get introduced. So we go from zombies to aliens. So that's what we get to look forward to in the next episode. I hope you guys are excited because I don't know, I'm excited. I love this freaking series. I cannot wait to see what happens next. I didn't go that much further. I'm gonna stop talking. It's just fun. I can't wait for the next episode. So I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one.